Well, I initially became interested in research just through the normal research that is involved in university, and then I took a placement during one of the summers, which was an undergraduate research opportunities program, which gave me experience in planning research and recruiting participants, collecting data and analysing the data. So that really got me sort of very interested in research and wanting to pursue it further. And then for the rest of university, I took opportunities where I could to do more research. Like I worked for a professor as a research assistant for some time during my final year. In terms of practically finding a clinical post at the end of the course, I started looking a few months before I actually graduated, rather than waiting until I'd actually finished the course. And that was quite useful because posts were coming up already, and I contacted the employer and they were happy to interview me and possibly wait if I was the right candidate for the job, which turned out to be so. When I applied for my first post and got the interview, the one thing I found really useful was using the guidance and advice from my clinical tutors at university. So when I was applying, I got some advice on what sort of things to include in the application. And when I got the interview and I had to do a presentation for the interview as well, I got some guidance from my clinical tutors on the sort of things that I should cover and the sort of questions that might come up. And it was quite a learning curve from clinical placements, but I think what was really important is that I had really good supervision and mentoring in my first post, which was definitely needed to sort of get up to speed with moving from doing clinical placements in university to being an independent clinician. I combine my studying and my clinical work quite well. I've got a really good arrangement with my employer so that I have protected time for my studying, which is really important, so that neither my clinical work or my studying spill over into each other's time. But they both complement each other really well. So the knowledge that I'm gaining from my MRes helps me in my clinical practice, and the experience I'm gaining from my clinical practice informs the research that I'm working on and the sort of things that I'm doing in the master's degree.